There is a moment that happens in grooming salons all over America, and it is one of the most demoralizing experiences a dog owner can have. You bring your dog in. You have been brushing him. Not occasionally, not half-heartedly, but honestly and regularly, sometimes for 30 or 40 minutes at a stretch while you watch television, running the brush down his back over and over until the whole coat looks smooth and beautiful and you feel genuinely good about the job you have done. And then the groomer runs a comb through him, looks up, and says the word you were not expecting. Matted. And something inside you deflates. Because if all that time did not work, then what exactly are you supposed to do? Brush more? Brush harder? Give up entirely? I want to answer that question today, and the answer is going to be much kinder to you than you expect, because you were never doing too little. You were doing the wrong thing very thoroughly. Here is what was actually happening during those 40 minutes. Your dog's coat is not a single layer. On a Doodle, a Shih Tzu, a Bichon, a Havanese, or almost any coated breed in this country, there is the outer coat that you see and touch, and there is a second world underneath it, down near the skin, where the hair is finer, denser, and completely hidden from view. When you run a brush across the top of your dog, the bristles travel through that outer layer and glide over the surface of everything beneath it. The coat parts around the brush, closes behind it, and looks magnificent. And the layer at the skin, the layer that actually matters, never gets touched at all. Not once. Not in 40 minutes, not in 4 hours. You could brush that dog every day for a year and the mats forming against his skin would be entirely unaffected, because your brush is not going anywhere near them. That is what groomers call surface brushing, and it is the single most common grooming mistake in American homes. It is not laziness. It is not neglect. It is what brushing looks like when nobody has ever shown you the alternative, and almost nobody ever does. The breeder does not explain it. The pet store does not explain it. And so, millions of devoted owners are pouring their time into a motion that feels productive, looks productive, and accomplishes almost nothing where it counts. But there is a technique that fixes this completely. Every professional groomer knows it, uses it on every coated dog that comes through the door, and it is the reason a groomer can do more real work in 10 minutes than you can do in an hour. It is not complicated. It requires no special equipment. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it, because it changes brushing from a hopeful gesture into something you can actually verify. But before I show you how it works, you need to understand what is really happening down at the skin. Down at the skin, something is happening that the surface will never show you. Every dog with a coated breed sheds constantly, but a Doodle or a Shih Tzu or a Bichon does not drop that hair onto your floor the way a Labrador does. The shed strands stay trapped in the coat, held in place by the dense hair around them, and they drift downward toward the skin because that is where the density is greatest. Then friction goes to work on them. The dog walks, and the hair rubs. He lies down and it compresses. He scratches, he shakes, he rolls, he wears a collar, and every one of those movements presses that trapped hair a little tighter into the hair still growing from the follicle. Over days, it becomes a soft cushion. Over weeks, it becomes felt. And the entire time this is happening, the outer coat above it looks glossy, moves beautifully, and passes every casual inspection you or anyone else could give it. That is the trap, and it catches the most devoted owners in America, because the better your dog's outer coat looks, the more confident you feel that everything underneath is fine. Now here is the part that genuinely stops people. A mat down at the skin is not simply tangled hair. It is a closed system pressed directly against living tissue. It seals moisture in and it seals air out. And it pulls on the follicles beneath it with every single step your dog takes, all day, every day, without a single moment of relief. Not sharp pain, just a constant low tug that never once stops. Veterinarians who look at animals as whole systems, rather than collections of parts, Dr. Karen Becker among them, have made this point for years. The coat is not decoration sitting on top of a dog. It is living tissue connected to skin, circulation and comfort, and it reports on the body underneath it constantly if we are willing to read that report. And your dog will not tell you the report exists. Or he will still eat, still greet you at the door, still bring you a toy, because dogs absorb low-grade discomfort in a way we simply do not. The only clue you may ever get is small. He shifts away when your hand crosses one spot. He starts merely tolerating brushing instead of leaning into it. So think about what those 40 minutes on the couch were really accomplishing. You were maintaining the part of the coat that was never in trouble with beautiful thoroughness, while the part that was in trouble sat 2 inches below your brush, completely untouched, getting denser every week. That is not a small inefficiency. That is the entire reason so many faithfully brushed dogs end up shaved. And the fix is not more time. It is not a better brush. It is one structural change to how you move through the coat. And it turns brushing from something you hope is working into something you can prove is working section by section in about 10 minutes. Here is the technique, and I want you to try it on your dog tonight, because 10 minutes of this will teach you more than everything you've read about brushing put together. Start at the bottom of your dog, not the top. Pick one back leg near the paw. Now, instead of brushing across the coat, use your free hand to push the hair upward against the direction it grows, so a clean horizontal line opens up and you can see the skin. That line is the whole secret. Everything below it is finished. Everything above it is still waiting. Now brush only the narrow strip of hair right along that line, working outward from the skin to the tips in small light strokes. When that strip is clear, release a little more hair down onto it, brush that, and keep moving up the leg one line at a time. This is line brushing, and the reason every professional uses it is simple. You are working at the skin in the exact layer where mats actually form instead of skating across the top of them. Then comes the part that changes everything, and please do not skip it. After you brush each section, follow it with a metal comb. The brush is your worker and the comb is your inspector. A slicker brush can glide right over a soft felted patch and leave you feeling accomplished while the mat sits there untouched. A comb cannot. If the comb travels from skin to tip with no resistance, that section is genuinely done and you never have to wonder about it again. If it stops, you are not finished, no matter how beautiful the coat looks. That single habit turns brushing from hope into proof. Focus your 10 minutes where mats actually begin, behind and under the ears, the collar line, the armpits and chest, the back of the thighs, and the base of the tail. And if a comb stops in one of those places, slide 2 fingers under the knot before you pull. If they pass through easily, work it out gently from the outer edge in while holding the base of the hair. If they will not pass, if lifting it moves the skin, stop. That belongs in a groomer's hands with clippers, and choosing that is not a failure. It is the humane answer. The philosophy Dr. Karen Becker has voiced so consistently over the years fits perfectly here. We are not caring for a coat, we are caring for an animal, and comfort always outranks appearance. A shaved dog who trusts your hands is worth more than a full coat and a dog who flinches. So tonight, put down the television remote, sit on the floor with your dog, and part that coat one line at a time. 10 honest minutes beats 40 hopeful ones every single time. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.